What's up, guys? Welcome to our podcast. This time we're back at the original studios, back at home. Right. I had a lot of fun in California. Did you have a lot of fun?
I did. We got to get away from family, or we got to get with family, get away from our normal lives, and just like from all the stress of, I guess, every day going to school, work, whatever we have to do. It's just nice to get away from it and just like, in a way, have a vacation with family.
Yeah, we haven't really seen our family like all together in like one big group in a while. I actually
Like
posted
5, 6 years or something.
Yeah, it's been a while. I posted an Instagram picture of all the boys, all very similar age. We all got cousins.
Pop that tag.
Yeah, pop that tag. Maybe we'll see. We might post a picture of it. We'll see. Yeah, it's all the boys just having fun. Which, you left a little early. I was there for a couple more days, longer than you, but it was the best days were when you were there for sure, 100%, because we were just all the boys together. It was really fun.
So I ended up coming on just like a car with my family, and it was like a 1 day trip. 1 day there, 1 day back. Alik actually came on a semi truck with his whole entire family because his dad like that's the only way they can make it halfway across the country. It's pretty difficult to like just arranging that out of nowhere. So they had to like pick up a load. How was that experience driving in the semi truck?
It was exhausting. It was very tiring because like it's not like you're not doing anything. You're just laying around all day. So you're basically storing all your energy, but then you're tired for some reason. When you're laying around all day.
Yeah.
When you got nothing to do, you're tired, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't take a piss whenever you want. I was sitting in there like storing my piss just like all day. Trying to get my dad to stop for a little bit so I could go take a piss.
One more time. Well, how did you store your piss? Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So yeah, it was a long time too. It took a lot longer than normally. When we drive up to California on a car, it takes maybe 2 days altogether.
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Here it was like 3.5 maybe. It was like 3.5 a day longer around, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it.
And you guys picked up a little extra money on the way there.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bit.
All right, let me switch the topic here. So you guys saw that intro, right? With my name just swooping in from the left, or was it right? I don't even remember, but it came in super quick. It did a little stop, came back down, changed gold. It went gold. That was crazy, wasn't it? You gotta admit. And then your name out of nowhere smacks my name, flies away, and then your name turns gold, stays still, and gets smashed by Voro-Pod. Like,
That's crazy.
I don't know. It was crazy. It took me approximately like 3 hours to finish. I'm proud of that. It's record times. I mean, Disney.
Record times. Was that
Whoever
your
wants
first
to hire
time?
me. Well, I mean, I made the other intro, the one with the weird spinning like disc or whatever. I just found some random video online and added it on, but I feel like this one is cooler than that one, but like, or not, I don't know about cooler, but it definitely took more time and there's more of me doing something. So
Yeah.
it was, I don't know, it was exciting to like make something out of nothing just by myself, even though it turned out to be nothing either way. But yeah, as I was saying, Disney, hire me if you want.
Oh, you should probably put your tag up. Maybe put your LinkedIn up. They'll get you information right away. Yeah,
eventually.
I'm not very good actually. Probably at that. I haven't really tried. I know editing pictures it's so gruesome. It takes so long. Like when you're trying to edit like specific stuff,
You gotta enjoy it. Like if you don't enjoy it, no way you're gonna be able to get good at it. Because like you don't know anything when you start. Like you're gonna suck at it, obviously. But like with time, it's like pretty much with everything. You suck at it at first, and with time and like passion, you'll get it eventually. And I don't know, it seems pretty fun for me. And eventually, I want to start like making my own videos, and like we can make, like we were talking about, like making a bunch of different stuff, not just a podcast. And I feel like knowing how to video edit is pretty good, especially if you don't have the money to pay someone else at first. You obviously have to video edit your own stuff. So I think it's pretty.
No, I understand video editing. It's just like the effects, stuff like that. It's a little.
Right, yeah.
You need to get used to it, I guess. I just never tried it before. There's just a little stuff. yeah, I tried. I do some editing for
Yeah.
the TikToks and it takes you time to understand how the program works and everything. Like, it takes a while. But after you get it the first time, just like boom, 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 all done, all ready to go.
Yeah, if you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm planning to visit. We actually haven't made complete plans yet. I think it's gonna be a fun time. Snowmobiling. I really want to try that. Like, I think I maybe went once in my life as when I was a child. Have you ever gone snowmobiling before?
Never.
No.
Is it
Yeah,
similar to jet skiing, or do you not really remember?
I was a child. I don't
Okay.
remember at all. Yeah. I was like looking at a bunch of videos and I just got so into like wanting to snowmobile. It was like a little like couple months. I was like, "Oh, I want to go get a snowmobile, I want to do that." But like it's impractical where I live currently, a little bit impractical
Yeah.
because there's not much mountain. It's more like hilly in this place. There's not mountains are like 3 hours maybe away, 3-4 hours away, so a little impractical.
Yeah. Well, when you're coming over if you do come over to my house, it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive as well. But we're gonna stay in a cabin with a bunch of the boys, my brother's friends. It's gonna be like 10 people. It's gonna be a lot, and just gonna stay there for like 2 nights and go snowmobiling every single day that we're there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty fun. Just kind of. Actually, is it every single day? I don't really know the details.
I think it's just
yet.
2 days, right?
Is it 2 days? I'm not sure, but
I think it's 2 days.
it's something like
Or
that.
somebody said it was 2 days. It was either you or Vila, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll see. Yeah, I really want to go snowmobiling though. I really want to try it out.
Yeah, I love like going out in the snow. Like snowboarding is one of my favorite things to do, and I
Yeah.
feel like this. Well, it's obviously gonna be way different than snowboarding, but I don't know. Like jet skiing is fun. I'm thinking it's gonna be similar to that, just probably less
To
like
jet skiing?
shifty.
It's gonna be a lot more colder. That's for sure.
Eh.
Do your toes freeze up in the cold?
I mean, I think like your toes in your hands. I think everyone's does, right?
Yeah. No, for some people, like some people, they could just not wear gloves and they're just like hands are warm.
There's
Some
no
people's
way.
hands are just warm.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, Sophia was telling me she's like, I don't even wear gloves
She
to
lives in
snowboarding. I was like,
California.
no way.
Okay.
Well, no, in the snowboarding,
Because if you
not
don't
just
fall,
outside. Yeah.
I mean, you should definitely like. I didn't wear gloves once, and your hands just like hurt if you fall
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
I heard
everyone's
she
hands
also
get
got
cold.
frostbite, by the way. So
You don't need gloves.
you don't need. Yeah. Yeah. I get so cold when I go snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's insane. And maybe I just had wrong equipment. 'Cause
Gotta have
It's,
waterproof stuff. I don't know if you have waterproof.
I actually need to
Equipment.
get some.
Okay,
I
then
need to
yeah,
go to
that's why.
Costco to get some nice. No, I had it before, but
Okay.
it was just like some socks are just like not like keep you warm. Some of them are just regular socks. I don't know.
Wool
There's like the
socks.
wool ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the ones you're supposed
the
to
wool
get.
socks.
They're
Yeah.
like not too thick, but like the material's warm and it doesn't allow for water to get through.
Yeah, I need to get that. And then I had like a warm hat, like a heated hat. I said it wrong. It's a heated hat. Like it works on power and like keeps you warm. But my head's not normally
What?
cold. I wouldn't mind to
A
get
heated
one
hat?
for like socks. Yeah, it like electric. You turn it on and it like starts to heat your head.
I've actually never seen that before. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check.
I saw heated socks at Costco, but they were like $80. I was like, dude, that's expensive, but I kind of need it. If I want it would be really nice to have it while snowboarding.
How does that work? Is it like
What?
electric or?
Yeah, it's electric. Like the heated blankets that there are. It's like a wire that goes through it, and it
Uh-huh.
it warms
that
it up.
plugs in, right? It's a wall.
It has a battery. Well, yeah, the blankets plug in.
Okay.
But the blankets are massive, and they probably
Yeah.
like the heat just comes off of them. And here, when you put it on, like let's say socks, you get heated socks. They're kind of insulated, so like the heat just stays in your
Just get
foot.
electrocuted while you're snowboarding.
Zzz, you can't move. Yeah, I actually
cool.
might buy a pair because I get really cold in the winter.
Yeah.
I'm not that big. I don't have that much weight on me. Hopefully by the time I'm there, I should gain a couple of pounds.
Well, what have you been using recently? Your
Using? What do you mean?
Yeah, our uncle gave you some type of pills.
Oh, I actually haven't used it yet.
You haven't used it?
No, I haven't. Yesterday, 4,500 calories, and I haven't used it yet. So this thing, so my aunt gave me them, but my uncle told me about them. I don't know if the camera can see. It's a little, might be blurry, but it's in Russian either way.
You can just take a picture and I'll show a image of it
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. But yeah, it says for like anorexic people. It's like for anorexic people, it's like to help you be hungry, I guess, or to eat more.
It just probably
It's like a
gives you an
bottle.
appetite. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you an appetite for like anorexic people. It's like it's interesting. I didn't know there was anything like that.
It's like pretty much what is this? Do you know what kind of, I guess, was it like chemical or what kind of
It's
thing?
all in Russian,
It's all
actually.
in Russian. Could be like THC oil, right?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No, it has nothing like that. No, it has a bunch of names. We could put it up later. We could maybe even translate it. We'll see. But like it's a whole list of stuff, and it has like the grams and the milligrams,
So you're
stuff
telling
like
me you're
that.
just gonna take something you don't know what's in
Larissa
it?
checked it out actually.
And what does she say?
She approved. I don't know.
She approved?
It's probably weed.
Probably.
She definitely wouldn't approve that though. Yeah.
And you think that's gonna help you, huh?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. My parents are telling me not to take it. They said like, um, they're trying to tell me not to gain weight, but I want to gain weight, and so
Why are they telling you that?
if I don't know, they're like, oh, you're good. You don't need to gain any weight. You know, I was just like, I have goals to meet. I have I have stuff to do. I got goals to meet.
You have goals to meet,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I got goals to meet by the end of the. I have to reach 215 for bench.
Cutting it pretty close. You have a month
I
left.
am cutting it really 1 month.
Yeah, it's pretty much
It's November,
November 1st. It's October
so
30th.
2 months. Still got 2 months.
Oh, so it's 2 months, yeah.
Got
Yeah,
2 months
shoot.
to hit 220, 215. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's
I'm
easy.
just gonna start gym tomorrow. Back again. Back
What do you mean?
again.
Didn't you go? Oh, you didn't go.
I
Yesterday?
did cardio. I didn't really count that as the gym.
We can talk about cardio. So, I, both of us started doing cardio. Like, I don't know. I've been going for like 3 days now. Today's gonna be my fourth day on cardio. And the reason I started doing it is because I noticed my lungs and heart got like terrible. I don't know if it's from just like gaining a bunch of weight because I put on 30 pounds almost in just a couple months without doing any cardio at all, or it could be from construction because like I breathe in a bunch of what is it called, a concrete mix, so maybe that's how
Dust.
damaged my lungs. But I doubt it because there's people that vape for years and they barely start noticing the effects on their lungs. Like,
Well, isn't it different though?
it's, I feel like vaping's even worse because
You think so?
yeah, because the concrete powder is like a dust. It, some of it stays in your lungs and like causes damage, but most of it comes out because it's like a powder or whatever, and you can cough it out. But with the
Mhm.
vape stuff, it's literally just like an oil that coats your lungs, and how are you supposed to get oil out of your lungs? Like you can't cough that out. It's like heavy and it sticks to the side of it, so it causes more damage.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that's necessarily a problem. I'm guessing it's just the gaining a bunch of weight because even walking across campus, it's like a 10-minute walk for me to get to one of my classes. I get out of breath. I'm like, not like out of breath, like breathing crazy, but it's like I start feeling it, my like breathing get a little heavier. I'm like, what the heck? That's not normal, especially with like a person
Yeah.
that's supposed to be like physically healthy and like active. So I kind of decided to start doing cardio, and all I do is like a 10-minute walk on Stairmaster or incline treadmill, and then I finish it off with like a half-mile run or a sprint because I just want to get my endurance up, but not necessarily lose weight or anything because I still want to keep on bulking. So that's kind of what my
Yeah.
goals are with that.
Yeah, I was doing actually incline walking as well. It gets your heart rate up quick.
Mine was
I
at
was
160, like,
Yeah.
and that's working pretty good, especially with for
I
me.
got up to 180.
180, jeez.
It hit one. Oh, it was like 170 something. I'm
That's
sure
high.
it hit 180. I don't know. I did 5 minutes at the beginning, and then I took a break because I don't know what was going on with my body. Like my calves were feeling a bit weird. I was like,
Your
"Oh, what's
calves
going on?"
get absolutely destroyed with incline. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
My-
so I did 5 minutes and then I took a break and then I went 10 minutes after, which was completely fine. I could have gone like another 5 to 10 minutes after that. I just don't know what was going on with the first 5 minutes. I was
Mhm.
confused. So yeah, but yeah, your calves get hit. Your calves get hit. Could barely walk.
Mine are
off the
still
treadmill.
sore. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like they have not got my legs have not gotten used to it, and my booty hurts so
Yeah.
bad. It's like I don't know. Maybe a dump truck is what I need in my life, but I was never like aiming for it.
Yeah.
And also my lower back. I mean, it's just like something you got to get used to. A
Your lower back from the walking, the incline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is that what it was? Because I
I'm
felt like
not
a little
sure.
like
I don't know
I
if it's
felt my back a little bit too. Wait,
I
excuse
mean,
me.
maybe
felt
it's
my
like
back.
somehow you have to like balance your body out because you're obviously
Mhm.
walking up, not like on this flat surface, or it could be just the way we walk or something. I don't know. But a lot of people say like, well, while you're bulking to stay away from cardio, it's like the typical like douche thing to say on the internet. Like
Yeah.
don't do cardio because that's gonna make you not gain as much weight. But
Yeah, I saw a bunch of TikToks that say that like, oh, stick to weights and like don't do cardio. You know.
and I did that for pretty much like what 2 years, year and a half, and I feel like I probably should have worked in a little bit of cardio, not necessarily every single day, but just like 3 days a week, nothing crazy, nothing long, just 10 to 20 minutes, and maybe like go to the sauna afterward, just so you can keep your lungs healthy and like they can gradually get used to the heavy weight, especially when you're bulking. So you don't shock your body afterwards because that's what happened with me. I just absolutely shocked my body, and it wasn't used to like the heavy weight. It's pretty much like running with a 40-pound vest on you.
Yeah, yeah. Especially you want to go to the sauna and get your like cardio up so you could show off when you come back to California, you know, to all the boys in the hood,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Yeah,
That's exactly why
of
I'm doing
course.
that.
Exactly.
No, I care about my health. That's why I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually went to our uncle's sauna all together, like with the boys. They have the typical like, what are they called?
It's
I guess
a
Russian
trailer sauna.
It's a
Yeah.
trailer one, but it's like it goes up to like 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's crazy, and steam it up like to the max. I don't know. I didn't like it. I think they went too wild with it, but
Was it? Yeah, it was.
I don't
a
like
little
it.
hot.
I
was
like it at
hot.
175, 180, and just like dry. I feel like that's the best thing.
Yeah.
They put it up to 200 and like 100% humidity. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty bad. But dude, William was on the floor.
Yeah.
William, dude, it
Well,
was
we
insane.
went to the
It
gym
was
before
steaming.
too.
Yeah,
No food
was
and
bad.
it was pretty bad. Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, it was fun. It was funny doing the push-ups. The
you
push-ups
mean?
were funny.
You didn't do any push-ups.
I know, cause I couldn't. I came home from chest day and I couldn't do any push-ups.
I came home too and I did 150.
I know. I just couldn't for some reason. I hit those 15 and I was like,
Weak-minded.
it has nothing to do with my mind. I felt like I was about to die.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
I gotta
Alik.
carry the boats. I gotta carry the boats.
You gotta carry the boats.
I gotta carry the boats.
You think I wanted to do cardio that first day?
Probably
You think
not.
I wanted to keep on running for 15 minutes?
Probably not.
I didn't. No. But I told myself I'm gonna carry the boats. I'm the strongest. I'm the best.
I
And
am
I
smarter.
completed it.
I am stronger.
I
am
completed it.
better.
And
Are you better?
I'm always better. That's what you have to tell
Always
yourself.
better.
But you got to
Okay.
remember to stay humble. Oh, I have a little thing about humbleness. Today at church, there was a pastor that was preaching, and he said, this is like the one thing that stuck out to me. He said, it's important to stay humble and like put yourself away from like pretty much any. Oh shoot, what's that word? Like the opposite of being humble.
Pride.
Prideful. Yeah, prideful.
Yeah.
That's the one. And so yeah, just like it's important to like not be prideful. It's like you can be confident, but don't be prideful because it always like makes you appear worse to other people, appear like to be mean and stuff. And he said that the best thing you can like it brings you even closer to God if you're like humble because you put away like instead of shoot I'm like having a difficult time explaining this but let me think about it. So if you put out of your mind that oh I'm this person, I make this much money, I'm this like successful, it like brings you closer to God and makes you not want to like pretty much like flex to everyone. And it's like a better thing to do, I guess, to be humble.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind
But
of
then
that's just what stuck out to me in the sermon.
yeah, I don't really know then what you call. Is it confidence when you're like I'm better at this, or like when you hype yourself up? Do you consider that as like confidence, or
So
what do
I
you
think
consider it?
yeah, that's confidence. Confidence
Yeah.
is encouraging yourself and showing yourself as like being secure but not like over the top because when you're flexing yourself and um I guess kind of like bringing other people down by flexing your accomplishments, that's when they start becoming prideful. Like that's the line. And I
Mm,
feel like there's no
okay.
point of like doing that even if you are successful and someone like says something to you or like flexes their own success, you don't come back and say, dude, that's nothing, like that's garbage, or like keep on going on like your own type of accomplishments. I feel like it's better to keep that in and just I don't know, like brush off people's remarks, I guess in a way. I think that's the
So
best thing
there's
to do.
nothing wrong. So there's nothing wrong with like
Confidence.
hyping yourself up, being
No, yeah,
confident in
just you.
yourself that you're able to. But it's just about showing off to other people. Oh, I'm better than you.
Yeah,
That's where the issue comes in. Like
because
because yeah, you want
it
to have a
says
strong mindset in
it
yourself.
says in the Bible to be confident and to be like secure in your own opinion, but not to like bring other people down. And I think that's what that guy was trying to say, like in his
Yeah.
sermon. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up because we're kind of
Yeah.
talking about that just right now.
No, it's a good topic because everybody out there, on TikTok, you see a lot of people like trying to show off and like
Mm-hmm.
bring up their own stuff. I have nothing wrong with they could do whatever they want, but it's just like how do I want to carry myself?
Yeah, I mean,
How you want to carry yourself?
with them being flashy is what brings the views and what people like. That's what attracts people to
Hmm.
like to watch the stuff. It pisses them off because like oh I don't have that stuff, but they still click on it. So like obviously those TikTokers and influencers will keep on doing that, especially if they're on the come up because they don't have that traction yet. I feel like the more like successful and I guess embedded influencers are not gonna flex their earnings as much. They're gonna be more humble.
Yeah. Well, they also have numbers to keep up to. It's like, those views. I don't think all the people that like put their numbers in the tags. I don't think they're all showing off. It's just, it brings views in, I guess. They need views and it brings
Yeah.
views in. It's not always negative when people are like putting money in the title or anything like that. But whatever.
Shoot, dude,
Yeah.
we've been talking a while. We haven't even
We've
brought
been
up our
talking
main.
for a while.
Haven't
Yeah.
brought in our main topic yet for the day. You wanna
Yeah.
introduce it?
I could lead it into
Yeah.
yeah. We were thinking maybe a little bit about business. Um, we all want to be businessmen. I know that I want to, not necessarily businessmen, but we want to have money and have businesses as well. So you could call it businessmen. I know that a lot of people want to be rich. It's the person in the Lamborghini.
Everyone
Or
wants to
some
be
some
rich.
people, some people they think the Lamborghini is rich. Some
You don't
people,
think that's rich?
yeah. Rich. I define rich as as having a bit of money. So yeah, you could have a Lamborghini. I guess you'll be rich. Yeah,
You know what I
but
determine as being rich?
what?
Having a good heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like that's more
okay,
important than any money. Any amount
yeah.
of money.
Any amount of money.
Do you agree? Would you rather
Yeah, you
have
can't buy a rich. You can't buy a good heart.
would you rather be nice to everyone and have people love you? Or would you rather have $10 million and have people not like you? Because
Well,
you're
depends
a
who.
jerk.
Depends who.
No, like you're just a jerk to
Everybody.
everyone. Not everyone.
Oh.
Obviously, you're gonna have like a couple people that like you, but you're gonna be regarded as being like a jerk and a douchebag. I'll just say that. That's the best way to
Well,
describe it.
I'll be the good guy and maybe make up the money. We'll see. Maybe with those good relationships, I'll make up the money.
You think it's that easy? All
It's
right.
not. It's not
Show
easy
me.
at all.
Tell me.
It's
Tell
not
me your
easy.
business plan.
Tell you
Yeah.
my business
Because
plan.
you are that person. You're the one with the good heart and no money.
Wow, well, that's a shot right there.
No.
All right, yeah. Um, I have a couple business plans, but they're all there's a lot of businesses out there that can be made. You know, there's a lot of options and roads to take down. I think I personally want to get into real estate as it's probably one of the safest businesses. It's one of the safest businesses to get
It's
into, and it's
the most
one of the
common,
easiest.
like the most common where people actually make money and like the most successful
Yeah,
rates.
yeah. It's actually the real estate is the leading millionaires. It's in millionaires. I said it really wrong, but most
We get the point,
millionaires
yeah.
are made through real estate.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
What background do you
uh,
have in real estate?
background I have in real estate.
Obviously, you don't
Personally,
own
I
any
have in
houses, but
construction. Yeah, I have uh, I have background in construction and kind of like looking at how my relatives are taking their business, real estate business. Um,
give a little background with that.
give a little background about construction. My dad did tile since I believe 3 years ago.
He's been doing it for a while. Like,
4.
didn't he even
Yeah,
do it in
he's been doing it
Moldova?
for years. No,
He
he
didn't?
moved here when he was like 16.
Oh, okay,
When he
never
was
mind.
young.
Yeah, I thought he
Yeah,
was a little bit older.
yeah. He started doing tile as soon as he moved here. He started doing
Right.
tile. He was a master setter, I think, by the time he was 18 or 16.
2 years.
I'm
and
not
he's
even
professional.
sure. Yeah, he was really good. He had 2 houses back at the time when I was 3. 2 houses. One was actually in Idaho. It
You guys
was
actually bought
down
it?
the street. Yeah, it was our
Oh,
house.
I thought you guys were like almost finalizing on it and stuff.
No, it was
No?
our house.
Oh shit.
We had renters in there for a while, but then we had to sell it because they messed it up. They messed up the house.
Dang.
Yeah, it had to be get fixed up and everything. It was in bad shape. Yeah, but I was a child, so I'm not exactly sure on how that went. But my mom told me stories. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, so he did tile for a while. So he was getting back into tile 4 to 3 years ago. I'm not exactly sure. He worked by himself a little bit, and then he put me into it. He brought me as a helper into there, so I was carrying tile. I was making concrete, thin set.
Yeah, thin set.
It's concrete, very
So
similar to concrete.
thick concrete, very
Yeah.
sticky kind.
It dries a lot quicker than concrete, and
Mhm.
it's good for tile. It's made specifically for tile, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I was doing all that. You know, I was helping out my dad. It paid money. You know, it was better than going to work at like Taco Bell. You know, you learn about construction, and it's just it was good as a lesson, I guess, for me, because you know you work hard. You wanna know what it is to work hard, I guess, for future. You know,
Yeah.
future.
You also, your aunt has a real estate like business, I think. Didn't you help out with her in
Yeah.
a way, or like kind of watch?
Yeah,
Like,
she flips houses, and she has a couple of houses actually. She's been doing this for probably the same amount of years as I was doing tile. So like 3 or 4. No,
What
probably
were
a
they
little
doing
longer.
before that?
They were doing a little longer. They were doing tile in California.
Oh,
He
okay.
was
Okay.
doing tile in California, and as soon as they moved, they bought a house here, um, in in town. I think it was in town. It was like a small house. They fixed it up, and they sold it, and that was the first one. And ever since then, they've just been pulling them out like every couple of months. A new house on sale, a new house on sale. And I actually been at the last house. We could probably pop up a couple of pictures here.
Yeah. You
Uh,
you practiced taking, what is it called?
Pictures,
Like
yeah.
Airbnb pictures or something? I don't even, or like
It was just real estate pictures.
yeah, real estate pictures. I
Yeah.
can we'll pop up a couple of them
I'll
that you
put
took,
the
I guess.
pictures.
If that's the house
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, it is the house. I love how it's set up.
Hmm.
It's a little uncomfortable, like the bedrooms and the bathrooms is a little not what I would want for my house, but it's a nice house. Like they made it really nice. So like you could just see the steps ups that they were taking of me personally because I've seen a couple houses. My dad actually did one house with them a while ago. Like it just keeps going better and better, and it's just cool to watch. And you
Hmm.
kind of get to see of how they do it, how they save money, and like to make the house because you still have to make money off the house. You can't just throw in thousands of dollars into the house just to build it, but then like you can't sell it for more than what the amount of
Right.
money you put
Because
into it.
you got to make sure to like, in a way, keep track of how much money you're putting in, because you won't be able to always get the same amount of money out of it. You got to just like keep track of that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
there was
that's
actually a lot of people that moved here and they bought a house to flip, and they
and
like
then they
built.
lost money on it.
Yeah, they lost money. They put a bunch of money into what is it called?
Remodeling.
Remodeling. Yeah, remodeling. They put a bunch of money and they like $20,000 they lost. It's like it was insane to look at some people that you know
You just,
the just the planning, I guess.
yeah, you just got to make sure take other people's advice if you're like doing this for the first time, because like some things might be super expensive, but not necessarily a necessity to put into like remodeling a house. It might be just
Hmm.
like it won't add that much value. It's just like a cool thing. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, with I have a little thing like a little bit to say about like real estate. My brother, we kind of talked about it on our last podcast how he has a duplex out here in Boise, and how he like rents it out and puts it on like finders and Airbnb for nurses, like travel nurses in the area coming in. And I kind of help him out with um, the Airbnb and like managing and stuff. So he currently has people working on it, the outside of it, remodeling the siding. And I just like I would talk to them if there was anything that needs to be like worked on there, like maybe like drill a hole over there so wires can come out. Just kind of like make sure everything's going smooth with that. I mow their grass. I think I talked about that last time too.
Yeah. A little
And
bit.
yeah, just kind of make sure everything's going smoothly there. I remember, shoot, did I tell the story about how, when I was driving in there and like to mow the grass, how that guy yelled at me once?
No, I don't.
Did I not say that last time? Okay, yeah,
No, you haven't.
I'll talk about that. That's kind of interesting. So, I was driving just down the road. I haven't even pulled into the house, and there's some guy from his doorstep. He's kind of like walking around his like, what is it called, patio, and I think he's on some type of drugs. Like he has to be. He's screaming at me saying, "Hey, I'm gonna beat your ass." I kind of like look around because there's like people outside, like two houses down, and he like looks at them and smiles. So I'm not sure if he's talking to me or them. So I just kind of like, I don't know, like gonna make a weird face at him and just like nod, saying like "What's up?" I guess, just like to be friendly, maybe de-escalate the situation. And then he smiles at me, so I'm like, all right, cool. I guess he wasn't talking to me. Make a U-turn, and then my windows rolled down because it was still like, I guess, warm outside. It was closer to summertime. And he says, "If you get out of that car, I'm gonna beat your ass." I'm like, okay, man. Now he's actually talking to me. I step out of the car, turn around, puff my chest out just to like look confident, not cocky, you
Yeah.
know? And right away, he kind of like backs up, looks away. I felt pretty good about myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm a tough guy. I have nothing to worry about. But then he starts talking about I have a blicky in my house. I'm like, okay, man. I don't know if he's being serious. Like a blicky's a gun, some type of weird terms he's using over here. But uh, I don't know. It's kind of freaked me out. But then also I was like, you know, he's probably just tripping on some type of drugs, and I'm just gonna leave him alone. So I get the lawnmower out, just doing my thing. He keeps on yelling at me, but I don't pay him any attention because I feel like that's just what you do to people that are tweaking because all they want is attention. And then there's the renters, I guess. So the Airbnb people that were supposed to come in that day arrived like 10 to 15 minutes before I did, and they're already inside, like getting settled in. And he came out and he's like, "Is that guy bothering you over there?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. He said some stuff, but I'm not really paying attention to him because I just didn't want to like make my brother's housing situation look bad." So I kind of said
Yeah.
that. But he's like, "Yeah, he was yelling at me when I was walking in, and I have a kid, so I'm kind of worried about that. I just don't want to deal with this for the next month." I'm like, shoot, that's not good. Like, not going to be a good review for
Uh,
William. Ended up being fine, but he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, um, okay. I'm like, I don't have anything to do with this. Like, whatever you do, you. He called the cops. They show up. I'm mowing the lawn, and they're like, "Are you Brian?" I'm like, "No, I don't know what you're here for." And he's like, "Oh, someone said that there's like someone bothering them." I'm like, "Oh, that's not me. I'm just here to mow the lawns. I guess it's probably in one of those two houses." And the cop just knocks on the door, and then I handles the situation. And then the guy, like I was just mowing the lawn, and the guy uh, saw the cop was coming. He's like, "Oh no!" Ran inside. It was so funny. And the cop knocks
yeah.
on the door, asks him to come out, and uh, I don't know. I guess somehow talked to him. He shut the door super hard when the cop walked away, and the cop said that, "Oh, everything's handled. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Keep on mowing." And then out of nowhere, like 20 minutes later, the guy screams from his backyard, "You little," like, some type of cuss word saying, "You are you snitching on me?" And I'm like, "I didn't even do anything." But yeah, it was just a funny situation. I just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, it's kind of a sketchy area, but there's a lot of people that are like starting to do the same thing as my brother over there. Like there's 4 houses on that street that have been bought out. It's for Airbnb and like the furnish finders purposes, and they're all remodeling right now. So I think the area's gonna get better. It's like a very good area in downtown. Everything's around it, so I think it's gonna become a pretty good area. You just kind of have to wait it out.
Yeah, that's probably one of the problems that you have with real estate or anything like that that can break down your what's called points.
House
They have
value.
stars.
Oh, are you
Maybe
talking
house
about?
value, like Airbnb. Let's say
Oh yeah, yeah.
Airbnb,
It's
like
like the
brings down your
stars,
stars, and you
the
might lose
rating.
a little bit of money. Yeah, rating. You might lose a little bit of money because some people are gonna look at the stars and be like, oh, what's going on there? They might not like it or something like that. That's a risk in the Airbnb. I feel like he was really disappointed to hear that, Willie. He was disappointed to hear that there
He
was
was
a problem
upset
with
because
it.
I called him
Yeah,
right away, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, I talked to this person before and stuff like that."
yeah,
I guess he causes problems there a lot, but he's probably gonna get out of there soon.
yeah.
That's
Hopefully
oh
for Willie.
yeah, like
Yeah,
he's doing whatever. I'm not gonna speak about that. I mean, he's
whatever.
doing drugs, and that never leads to good stuff if you just doing that in the middle of the day. I feel like
Yeah, it never leads.
yeah,
Whenever you're doing it, it just
it's
doesn't lead to
hard.
any good.
He's doing hard drugs. Like no way. That's he's gonna lose money eventually. To say that.
Yeah. Yeah, so like you get like those kind of risks involved in real
Yeah.
estate, I guess, for Airbnb. For renting, maybe it might be the same thing too. People might not want to live there. They'll move out. I
Hmm.
guess. So yeah, real estate. There's a lot of pluses. There's a lot of minuses.
It's
But
definitely a good thing to get into once you get like a solid amount of money or like
cash flow.
cash flow. Yeah, it's good to start investing in houses so you can continue growing. and have that to fall back onto, if anything.
Yeah. Well,
It's hard to start out with it, like, for sure. If you
yeah.
have nothing at all, you have to create your own business or have like a regular job. Like my brother, he's a nurse, and then you can like start buying houses and eventually work your way up to just in real estate.
Yeah. But it's always like you gotta understand the way that I see it is like real estate is your best bet to get rich. Because most millionaires are made through real estate. It's like, would
Hmm.
you rather take something that has like a lot less percentage of getting rich or like getting money? Let's say even just getting well off. You want to live well off. You don't want to be struggling to pay off the next rent, your next paycheck to be completely taken over by your rent. You want to have a little bit of extra money. You know, real estate is the most probable way of getting money into money. I
But
guess not
is that
necessarily
something
getting
you
money.
enjoy doing, you think?
Enjoy doing? Uh, Honestly, I think I enjoy a lot of stuff if it involves just like moving around. Looking looking at houses. Figuring stuff out by yourself. I like all of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like I was doing like when I look at my aunt how she does it and what they do, it just looks fun. Obviously, the construction, it's a hard work. The
Hmm.
construction to actually build it and everything. I don't really want to go into construction my entire life. That's why I'm in a cybersecurity degree.
Right.
But what she does, she like checks out the plan. She makes up like what the house is, what is should look like at the end. Like what needs to be done. That's cool. I I think that I'd have fun. It might not be like the best thing ever, but uh, you know it'll
Well,
do.
here, let me ask you a follow up question. Would you rather do something like work as something you're passionate about and might not bring in as much money, or would you rather work in something that like really sucks, but you know you're gonna make a lot of money and like kind of what I'm going with that? Like,
Yeah, I understand what you're going for. I'm just gonna ask you one question about it.
okay,
Is there like a big difference in money, or is it like
all
is
right,
like
let's
this?
say,
Because if it's like a massive difference, you kind of like, and you can't live off the bottom one.
oh yeah,
Obviously, you
let's
want to go for the
say
top
like
one.
just middle class, like you get enough money and you're able to support your family, or you become super rich but you're miserable and stressed, and like you're just like, oh, I have to go to work again, type of deal.
The thing
But you do
is,
have a yacht and a supercar and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I definitely choose that one.
thing
I
is,
would.
you won't have the time to drive any of those things because you're gonna have to be working all the time.
Okay, is it
I'm
payments
kidding.
or is it paid off?
No,
Because
you're
no,
no one. I'm kidding. Like you
like
still have time, but you're gonna be working like probably 60 hours a week
you
if you're
understand though,
making.
right? After you make a bunch of money, there's ways of moving out of there. Like if you have a bunch of money, there's ways of moving out of it. Though that's the way I see it. I see it as like you can make a lot of money by being miserable for a couple of years, and
Hmm.
then you're like off after that. You could get into maybe something that's not as stressful on the brain for you.
Right.
It's
Well,
not
why I
something that you
asked
don't
that
hate that much.
is that some people don't really care about getting super rich and they just want to enjoy
Mm.
their life all the time. Like even those 5 or 10 years of misery, like the couple years to build up to that, like a lot of money, like making that a lot of money, then you can switch over. That might not be worth it for them, but like hearing it from you, like that you would rather take that route, like makes me think that what you're really focused on is the money part. Like that's what you're trying to achieve. You don't really care about the happiness, right?
I
Like,
care. I feel that I can make the happiness on the days that I'm off. That's enough
okay.
happiness. I can make the happiness up. You know, I
So you're
guess.
willing to like put in those like because a lot of people aren't willing to put in those years and like the hard work and then the
Yeah.
stress and whatever. I guess misery is a good word because like people don't enjoy a
Yeah.
certain type of work, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm definitely willing to put up the misery for a couple of years. I think it's worth it for me in my head.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I definitely would take that route for sure.
See, for me, I don't know. Like I would like to think that I would put in all that time and effort, But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to spend 5 to 10 years out of my life just like building up to something that's like the prime years of your life too. It's gonna be a whole entire 20s, maybe in the 30s you'll get to branch off to do something you want and be rich. So I don't know. It's just like it's a lot of sacrifices to make, and I feel like I'd rather do something that I enjoy and have a lot of time off. You know, like with a regular job, you get 3 days off, 4 days on, or whatever your schedule looks like, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
It just I guess depends what kind of mindset you have or like the grind.
Yeah. I guess the way that I would be able to make it like is probably doing IT the way that I'm heading out right
Mm-hmm.
now. I think this is a very good like way to get into it for me, I guess, because if I feel that I don't want to do anything in business, I still have IT and I like computers. Like I don't hate computers. I like working on computers and working with computers. So I'm going to kind of enjoy it. I'm not really going to hate
It's
it,
the industry of the
but
future.
yeah, I'm looking at the future too. I'm like, if I stay in IT, I'll be able to live through it, and I'll have enough money to, boats, not yachts, but lake boat maybe.
Bro, what? What are you talking about? Why have like if you're buying a boat, you go to a yacht right away.
Right away, it's the biggest one.
Don't mess around with those like surf boats or whatever they call them.
Oh,
Wave boats.
wakeboards, the wake
Yeah,
boats, yeah.
it's garbage.
I don't know. I mean, cybersecurity makes a lot of money over the years if you, if you
Gather
keep moving
experience
up.
and
Yeah, with experience, you can make, a couple 100,000 a year. And especially, I heard that some people work multiple jobs. In IT, they work multiple jobs at the same time, and they pull in like $1 million.
do you know what the work schedule
Altogether.
looks like with cybersecurity
Ooh.
people? Is it just you work
IT,
40 hours, or do you just have to make sure this is getting protected and you complete A, B, and C? Or,
I, by what I heard, I think there's just job, like tasks to be completed.
okay.
So you tell like what I've seen is that IT person like tells the boss or like the person that it's gonna take this long to complete this task, and the person's gonna be like, okay, or he's gonna be like, can you do this any faster? And then you can be like, oh, like whatever. But if let's say I'm working three different jobs, right, in
Mm-hmm.
IT, I just extend the time how long it's gonna take me to do it, and I'll be able to put enough time for three separate jobs, and
Okay.
so that's how they do it. I
Right, but
I don't know if
if
I'm
you
gonna
can
be
do
able
it
to do it,
quickly, isn't that like you can charge more, right?
but not at a job,
Okay.
not at a job,
Because you're,
because
I
it's just a
guess,
job. You're just getting paid for like a salary for
okay, so
working there.
it's not like picking up a certain type of
It's not
job. You're not like,
contract.
okay, it's not contract.
Yeah,
You're just
no,
working for
no,
a
no.
company.
Yeah, you work for
Okay.
the company and you just tell them, like there's like some tasks that need to be done, some projects that need to be completed. You give them a timeline. They approve. You get it done, and it's all over. So I heard that people like work three or four different jobs at the same time, and so they like stack up the money and they make
Mm-hmm.
$1 million a year, which is like
That's
insane to
crazy.
think about. That is
Yeah.
crazy. I saw that on
It's a lot of work
I
though.
think Reddit. Yeah, but the thing is, like, they could probably like work 1 year and they could take the next year off.
That's true.
If they want to.
That's probably not smart because then you're gonna get
It's
away
not.
from all the relationships and like what do they call connections, networking.
I
Because
guess.
when you come back, they're all gonna be taken by other positions and other people.
Mhm. Imagine you work 2 years though. That's 2 million. That's a good
Taxed by
step.
50%.
50%, I guess. All right, you start off with $1 million for real estate. Like,
Is that
you
enough?
know, for real estate, yeah, it's a start. You could buy three houses with that, depending on the area. You're not
But
gonna be buying it in Boise.
are you gonna completely buy them like that, or you can buy probably more than
No.
three houses? You can buy like
Yeah.
30 and just
Yeah.
put down payments.
Yeah.
It's probably a smart way
But
to
let's
work it out.
say if you have the what's it called, like bank loan for it, like if you're able to get the bank loan.
I mean, you're
Okay,
pulling in
if,
$1 million. Who's not gonna give you a loan?
I guess, yeah. Well, yeah. It all depends on if you're able to. But yeah, let's say you
So
buy 30 houses with the down payment. That's a lot of money.
yeah,
Uh,
you said you wanted to somehow create a business with your IT degree, right? Is that what you were
yeah,
saying before? So
yeah.
how do you plan on doing that?
So I'm getting a business. Sorry, let me start it over. I am getting a degree in cybersecurity, a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I know that there's a lot of need for cybersecurity. And small companies that don't really have enough money to hire like a cybersecurity personnel, like a legit,
A firm or whatever they're
worker,
called.
yeah, permanent
Oh,
worker. They are gonna outsource the cybersecurity to companies, and those companies, are gonna be like, all right, we'll set up everything, and they basically do all the IT stuff, right?
mm-hmm.
So they have, they set up their internet, they set up their networks, they set up everything, plus they add cybersecurity to it.
Okay.
And so it really depends. Not every single company does this. There's companies that solely do cybersecurity. Like you could look at like McAfee. You could download McAfee, and they just do cybersecurity. They defend your computer from being attacked, whatever. But this is a little more complicated on like networks and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those companies outsource it to a company to protect their network, and they're paying like monthly fees instead of like having to pay a worker $1,000 a week or whatever, however much it costs.
Yeah.
So they'll pay like 200 maybe dollars a month instead. So that is a very good idea for me. I think that with some
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah. Well, why I asked
some
that is
stuff.
because, um, with the electric, like how I'm going into electrical engineering,
Hmm.
my dad, I guess, gave me an idea because I was like kind of in a way dissing becoming an electrical engineer. I'm like, there's no reason to do it. I'm just gonna go into some type of company, make a minimum, or like not minimum earning. What's it called? Like a medium class earning.
Salary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I'll live a good life, especially with the salary of electrical engineer. It's like close to 100,000 in certain areas, sometimes more. But I want to kind of like work for myself and be able to pull in more than that. And he gave me an idea where if I like network with certain builders in the area, I'm able to, I guess, create the electrical grid for the houses and be like in charge of that, and then hire electricians and have them like set up the like I'll make the electrical grid the plan. I think that's like one of the jobs an electrical engineer can do, and then you can um, hire the electricians to set up everything, and then you're pulling in like all of the money for like the electrical aspects of the house. So I think that's a pretty good idea of what I could do. And I think that's like the only idea I can think of like where I can do my own business with like the electrical engineering degree, because people will builders specifically will like give me more respect if I have a degree. Because if I'm just a random person, I
Hmm.
don't think they're going to give me as much respect. You're like, oh yeah, I guess I can think about hiring you. But if you have a degree and educated in that topic, they're going to more likely come back to you and like work with you and like set up contracts. So that's why it's smart to, I guess, like have that degree in a way.
Yeah, I noticed in California at least, there's a very big difference in people that like have the certification to do something and don't have the certification to do something.
Because it's not
Like the people
required, but it looks way
in
better.
California, it is.
Oh, it is okay.
In California, it is. Like here, Missouri, you don't need called a
Construction law.
certification. I forgot what it's called. Like the um, con-
Are you just
it's
talking
the
about the license for it?
yeah,
Like,
just a
okay,
license, I
okay.
guess.
Because like
There was a specific
you're
word for
supposed
it,
to
but
get a construction license, but you don't probably have to go through a course and anything like that.
yeah. But
Okay.
it's required in California to do it. So you have to work for somebody that has one.
Okay.
And it's difficult to get them in California. It's a whole process to do it in California. So, those people, they always hire other people and they always like kind of like look down at them, but the people that
Mm-hmm.
don't. Like I've noticed that just by working. You know, like I wasn't really working for a
And
while, but I just noticed it.
those builders especially look down like immigrants. I feel like because both of our
Hmm.
parents not the best at obviously speaking English
Yeah.
and they struggle with it. But like just the way I heard those builders and like the workers talk to them, it's so like dehumanizing in a way. Just like
Yeah.
they act like they're children or something. I was like it pisses me off in a way, but I guess my dad doesn't really care. He says like that's just how people are. I don't take offense to it. But I feel like that's such a terrible way to act because if you do have a skilled worker working for you at like that type of wage, they can easily create their own business and like start working for themselves. Because if they
And
have that
still,
skill, yeah, because if they have that skill, people are gonna like try to hire them, so they're not gonna
yeah,
need to work under someone else. So if you do have that type of a worker, like you don't just disrespect them and treat them like that. You have to make sure
yeah,
they're treated well and always don't cheat them out of money and like make sure you're giving them constant raises and bonuses. Like obviously you have to make your own cut, but don't try to like start getting stingy and taking more than you really deserve.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, he's making you money.
Yeah.
Like he's making you money. You gotta appreciate him. You know, it's like
You
I don't
did
know.
go through the hard work of finding a job and building up that business, but you still got to respect at the end of the day and
Yeah,
not take like
of course.
as much type of deal. I don't know. I think that's how you continue having a good business and like make sure it's functioning because I personally before at least I don't know if it's going to happen now. I was interested in creating a construction business because my dad I worked with my dad during the summer with masonry and actually I've been doing it for like a couple years now, but I can only work in the summer because of school. And I feel like it's like very easy to create one, especially in our area with all the houses being built. You just gotta make sure to like network and connect with the builders around here, and then once you have the builders, you can always pick up jobs with like a good amount of money with attached to that as well, and kind of some what are they called? Like not hints, some let's say ideas I picked up from watching other people run their business. Like I realized that it's important to like respect your workers because they always leave. Like my dad was telling me stories how a person he worked for, like all of his workers left because he just didn't treat them well. Always yelled, never listens to them, and like you just got to make sure to give them the respect,
Yeah,
this type of thing.
yeah. And it's gonna be a little difficult for us, I guess, if we really want to get into construction like early on,
Mm-hmm.
because they were working for people that scream at them and like were rude. I guess all the construction workers, let's say we need a house built, right? Let's say we get into some money like after I work my job and I'm like, all right, I want to build a house or like remodel or anything, and they're gonna be like, yo, who's this kid telling me what to do? Because of how they were like treated before. I
Maybe,
feel like,
yeah.
yeah, I
But
I
the
know
thing
for a
is,
fact that's how they will act.
but that's not you're not necessarily gonna have older people work for you at that point. You're gonna
I'm
start
not
getting.
talking. I'm talking about the like the bosses. Like
Oh,
we were
okay.
speaking of the bosses. Like I go up to this guy and I'm like, yo, I need this done to my house like so, like a certain way or something. Like, who are you to tell me what to do?
I mean, you're
You know.
giving him the money. You just
Yeah,
gotta respect it.
exactly. He like it's like I've seen it happen. It's just so like
Yeah, I
kind of
definitely know
like
what you mean.
what?
They
Yeah,
they think they're way better than they actually are.
yeah,
It comes back to the humble thing. Like people
yeah,
don't like you if you're cocky and show yourself as being better. You have to always stay humble. Yeah,
yeah.
but construction business. Yeah, I think that's
Construction is a very big it's very big in our family, I guess, because our
immigrants.
parents are from, yeah, they're immigrants
That's
from
literally
East
all they knew how to
Europe.
do. It was just
Yeah,
build over there, so they kind of stuck with that, and that's like the best. Well, they knew how to do a lot of stuff, but that was the best
money, I guess, at the time.
money when you came here. It's a hard work though. Like
Yeah,
my dad's
that's
body's
why
falling apart.
yeah, same with my dad. But I
Yeah.
mean, he's ever since he got out of it, he says that he's feeling much better. So yeah, I guess it's it's still a good way of making money right now. So if we're in need of like building a business or we're building any sort of business, construction people definitely make money,
Mm-hmm.
especially in California. The houses there, whoa, they make money,
Are
but
they
it's
just
also
remodeling them?
packed. So
I feel like
when we were building houses in the hills in El Dorado Hills.
mm,
It was like a crazy nice neighborhood. It's El Dorado Hills. It was like the rich place
right, yeah.
of El Dorado Hills. It's like really rich. They have $1 million houses like and up. So it's like on top of a hill and it's like on the hillside. And there was like so many workers. It's a massive house. It's like you could just everything there is just like money. Like they're gonna put at least $1 million into this house and then sell it for a couple million. It's insane. And there's so many houses being built. There's so many remodels being done. Like it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can move on to a different topic. What we were planning on also creating a business in honeybees.
Yeah,
So our grandpa did, yeah, it's crazy down the line in the family. I
yeah,
think even our grandpa's dad used to do bees and stuff in
yeah,
Ukraine. And when they all moved over to America, my grandpa kind of continued doing beekeeping, and some of his kids continue to do it as well. Like my dad does it. Um, who else? Vanya
Vanya
does
does it.
it.
Yeah,
Yura did for a little bit, but he stopped because I think something
yeah.
with his family, kids there and stuff. Who else? I think it might be it. Only Vanya
It
and
was, yeah. It. Oh, excuse me. Do you know the guy? He died recently. Our parents'
Ilya.
cousin. Yeah, he
Uh,
tried to do it. It wasn't very
okay.
successful,
He
but
tried to do a bee
he was
business,
trying to
or
do. Yeah, he was trying to do bee business. He was trying to multiply them,
okay.
and they
Well,
died off.
yeah, I did a senior project about bees. So at my school, we had to pick a health topic because it was a health-based school, and I wasn't really interested in doing like medical health, like mental health. That's what everyone pretty much did. It's like the effects of this on mental health and teens, and like it was just like a common topic, and I didn't want to talk about mental health, so I
Yeah,
did economic health, and I did the honeybees. I thought it was pretty interesting, and no one has ever done that at my school. So I kind of having the background in it, I decided to like research that, and apparently a lot of bees are dying right now. Like everyone knows that. I think it's like on billboards and everything that
yeah,
honeybees are dying, protect them. But the reason for that is mainly like they're called varroa mites, little tiny mites that pretty like they're parasitic mites from Asia, and they were transported all across the world, and they're the ones that are like wiping them out completely. Also, there's like the what is it called? Pesticides. That's like a second
hmm,
leading thing. So you got to make sure to treat for both of those things and make sure it's not happening in your hive. Probably why he was having a difficult time multiplying.
yeah,
Like, and
probably.
in the winter time, if you have a harsh winter, like in Idaho, you could lose so many. Like, I know people that lost more than half. I think Vanya lost half of it due to varroa mites as well. 1 year. It's like there's so many factors that can cause them to go downhill. So once you get comfortable, I guess maintaining a good amount of numbers and keeping them safe, that's when you can start doing the business portion of it, like going to farmers and doing like the pollination with what are they called? Almond orchards. We also talked about this in the last podcast as well, how you can go into like the almond orchards. You can collect pollen by putting those like pollen traps on honeybee hives, and you can sell those for so much. They're really like healthy for you. There's wax you can sell, honey. Like there's so much things you can create out of like
Yeah,
health products out of honey.
yeah. It's a very like
Honeybees. Sorry.
yeah. Honeybees is a very big dying industry at the moment.
I mean, I don't think whoever
'Cause-
was alive is the thing. No one. It wasn't
no,
ever big.
well, not necessarily big. It's the dying industry because all the bees are dying.
Okay. Well, you worded that a little wrong then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. our uncle is always like complaining. I mean, Vanya and your dad, they're
Uh-huh.
always. I mean, I know Vanya complains. I don't know if your dad, but he always complains that a bunch of bees are dying because I had my uncle's like, oh yeah, you have a couple hives. He was like, it's like to me, he told me like that I have like 2 hives or whatever.
Uh-huh.
They like kept for me or like my grandpa gave it to me, but he was like taking care of it. I don't know, but apparently they died. I think so.
You know what
I'm not
happened?
sure.
Vanya's
What's
hives
up?
probably died, and he took yours too away from you.
Probably. Probably like, oh, whoops, misplaced. Yeah, I wasn't really like taking care of them. I
Yeah.
wanted to get a few here, but it's just a little
Um,
impractical. I guess.
Right.
I
I
guess a
have a
little
pretty good
impractical.
background and like knowledge about it because I help my dad a lot with like honeybees. Like this whole entire summer, literally was working with construction honeybees. It was like this the whole entire time, just spending time with him, and it was cool because he showed me how to create honey. What are they like honeybee queens? So you have to get a
Are you sure
frame,
you want? Are you sure you want to give this information out?
bruh. You think anyone's actually gonna do this?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But you just get a frame that a honeybee, the queen, the previous one already laid, and they have to be like little tiny larvae that just have like the milk in there. Like I don't know if you know much about honeybees or like people that are listening, but it's just like a milky white substance at the bottom of a cell with like a little tiny larva, and it has to have that in there to make sure it can continue to live. But you get like a little tiny. We use like dentist tools, but it's like very you just kind of scoop it out, put it into a cell. I can show a picture of it, what it looks like.
You'll
I'll
just
pull
bring
it
it up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but you put it into a cell, and then once all of the cells are filled up, you put it vertically back into the hive so that the bees, like, you have to put it back into a hive where there is no honey bee queen already in there.
Mhm.
So, because the queen bee, once it notices that our honeybee new queens are getting hatched, she kills them all because it's a competition. So you have to put it into a hive with no queens, and the bees in there start feeding it. Um, shoot, what's it called? I'm blanking
Pollen?
again.
Or...
No, royal jelly. That's what.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember that. I
my
remember
dad
that
let me
word.
try it. It's so disgusting. Gave me his royal jelly, but it tasted so nasty. But anyways, the thing is, that's what causes the queen to become a queen. Because if you don't give it royal jelly, it doesn't become a queen; it just hatches into a regular bee. So that's what kind of cool. And you put it vertically because if you put it horizontally, that's the way the regular bees hatch. Then they won't feed the cells like the royal jelly because if they're
Mhm.
horizontal, they know like that's not a queen bee. That's gonna be like a
Mhm.
regular bee. So you have to put it vertically because that's how they're I guess genetically created or
Mhm.
encoded, whatever the word you want to use.
Yeah, it's very big specifics. Like
Yeah, it's a
very
whole entire
little.
process.
Yeah. It's yeah.
But like that
Yeah.
just shows like you can sell those for like one bee you can sell for I don't know like up to $20 or maybe even
20
more
bucks.
after it's mated. It's ridiculous, and that's just the queens, which not a very big portion of people do it like that are in the bee business. They
But
usually do the pollination and sell honey and stuff.
uh so, but wouldn't that trick or not trick, but like process that and that other people don't know, wouldn't that like give a I don't know, like it would make it easier for us, I guess, because we
So
would
it's
have extra like queens to like
right.
yeah.
It's not that people don't know about that trick. It takes a lot of time, and it's not necessarily worth it for
It's
most.
not?
Yeah, most honeybee like big business people that are like in honeybees,
Uh-huh.
they usually just buy it from us because they're like, oh, I'm not gonna sit here waiting a couple weeks for these honeybees to hatch. Because what they do, they get a big hive, split it in like different portions, and put queens in each of those so they can
Mhm.
grow and like continue doing that. That's how you rapidly expand. So it's not worth it for them to sit there and make their own queens. They rather just buy it from other people.
Yeah,
If you're
But wouldn't that be good? Let's say in our business, because we can
Right.
do it without spending any money.
Yeah,
Right?
you can do
We
it
could do it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you're already creating queens and it's not that big of a, it doesn't take that much time from your own day to like transfer them. It just takes like up to like 2 weeks or a month for them to fully hatch. So if you do it early enough and make sure you get queens and then do a bunch of cycles like that,
Mhm.
like you're able to split up and create a bunch of new hives, and then in a way you're helping save the environment.
Yeah.
Having
And
the bees
also
come
that's
back.
I guess it's a good it's a really good business plan because you have all the information basically. You know
And
like
I have the
a
best
lot of stuff.
beekeeper in town
Yeah, you have your
at my
dad. We have
fingertips.
yeah, we have grandpa, we have
I
Vanya,
don't know if Grandpa's
we
the
have a lot of
best right
he's
now.
not the
He's
best. He
he's
doesn't
not the
know.
best shape. Let's just say
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother him with
Well,
that type of stuff.
yeah. Well, we have like people that can tell
Yeah.
us like hints, and they'll probably be helping out most of the time
Hmm.
too. That's I feel like that's a good like way to go because we have the support,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
smart
for
to create a
yeah,
business and something that you have a background in already, or like someone to guide
yeah,
you through it. It's way easier because if you have no idea what you're doing and you're like, "Hey, I'm interested in this. Let's do that." You're gonna have to spend a lot of time researching, finding people, and it just is better when you have like that background or someone that can help you out in a way.
hmm
But yeah.
yeah. We talked a lot about our business ideas, I guess.
Hmm.
We talked about what we're gonna take. We might have another episode about like the
The more specific in
cur-
the bees because we could have to cut
yeah,
off early with the like bees
yeah.
and stuff. I think that's
Yeah,
a
this is
pretty big
already a
topic.
pretty long. Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
pretty long episode already. We might make another episode.
Honest,
There's a couple more stuff that we could talk about for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for
Well,
watching. Yeah. Watching, listening. Make sure to subscribe, like, and you gotta share it to other people. We still need to grow that audience. But anyways,
all right.
peace out.